Hey there. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and you're just relaxing today and hopefully enjoying just a lazy day. I didn't get a whole lot accomplished today except for making myself some homemade chicken soup. I don't know what made me want homemade chicken soup, but I did. So I did go out and I got all my ingredients, which for me, when I make chicken soup, excuse me, I'm already at it. When I make chicken soup, it is chicken, carrots, onion, and potatoes. And so I just basically cut all that up, threw it in a pot with some water, and then I put in 3 of the chicken bouillon cubes for added flavor and everything. And it turned out really good. And it actually made a lot more than I thought it was going to make. So I'm actually going to freeze some to have some other time because I put some in a container, which actually, here it is. Let me show it to you. You can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. This is the one I was letting it cool down. It's actually still kind of warm, surprisingly. I made it hours ago, but anyway, I'm going to put this in the freezer, and I've got 2 other round containers that is like a serving size that I've got in the refrigerator so that I can have that for like lunch and dinner probably tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, I had planned to try and do a live stream tonight at 7 o'clock, which is, it's approaching 7. But when I went to go look into what you have to do in order to do a live stream, at first I thought, oh no, I'm never going to be able to do this because it was saying something about that you had to have 1,000 subscribers to do a live stream. And I was like, oh no. It's like, I'm not even at that point for my ASMR channel, let alone for this one. I'm like, not even close. But then as I read on, it was saying that you can't do it unless you have 1,000 subscribers on a mobile device. But if you're on a computer or something, you can, but YouTube makes you wait 24 hours before you can do it. So you have to click on the thing as if you want to go live, and then it starts a countdown clock or something where it says, that you're eligible to do it in 24 hours from that time. So I had already posted on my community page that I was going to be live streaming tonight at 7, but I did go in with an update to say, sorry, I can't do it. But at least I learned about it, and I'm hoping that tomorrow I'll be able to do it. And my plan is for 7 o'clock, and what I'm hoping for is that once I reach that 24-hour mark, which is at 4:36 in the afternoon tomorrow or something, once I get to that point where it says that I'm allowed to go live, I should be able to actually schedule it. And then you'll get a notification if you have the notifications turned on for this channel and hopefully clicked all. Then you should be notified that I'm planning to do a live stream at 7 o'clock my time, which is 7 a.m. Eastern time. So I know that's confusing, and that's one of the things that's had me kind of hesitant about doing live streams because of the time difference. It's when I'm up during the day, it's in the middle of the night for most people, if you're in America. I mean, not everybody's in America, so that's not necessarily the case for everyone. But for anyone who's in the U.S., if I were doing a live stream at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's going to be 3 o'clock in the morning for people on the East Coast. So anyway, but I'm hoping that 7 p.m. my time tomorrow night, being 7 a.m. for, Eastern time people, maybe that'll work out. I don't know, but I'm going to try it. I've never done one anywhere. I've never done a live stream. Well, that's not true. Years ago I tried doing some Twitch streaming, but I really just couldn't, I don't know. I couldn't really get into it, and it just didn't really, I don't know. It just wasn't really for me, so I kind of stopped doing it. But as far as like doing a YouTube live stream, I've never done one. Not for this channel, not for my ASMR channel, nothing. So this will be a brand new experience, and I'm just hoping it works out, because I may go to start doing it, and it may give me some kind of message that says I can't, or I don't know. I have no idea, but that's the plan. That is my plan anyway, that I would like to try it, because I had a couple of people say that they would like for me to do a live stream, which I was really glad about, because I would love to be able to actually interact with you. But it's definitely going to be, it's going to be a little confusing for me probably, because I've not done it, and I'm not sure how it's going to look on my laptop screen, and I'm hoping that it's going to show me the chat, because that's the thing that's got me really kind of confused. I may have to look at the chat on my tablet, but be streaming from the laptop or something. I don't know. And if anybody watching this has ever done a live stream on YouTube by some miracle, maybe you can let me know in the comments how it works, or give me some advice on what to do, because I don't know. I mean, this is going to be totally just, brand new. So, but I think it'll be fun if I can get it to work, and, hopefully somebody does show up to interact with me, because I think that would be really cool. And then that way too, it's like you're able to ask me, if you have questions you want to ask me or something, then you can do that without having to, put it in a comment and wait for me to respond or whatever, or I can, talk about it with you. So I don't know. I think it'll be fun. And it's just, oh God, there's that lightning. He's over there meowing. Hang on just a second. I'll be right back. All right. Speaking of lightning, I'm probably going to end up taking him to the vet tomorrow. I've seen this before, so it's not that disturbing for me, because when I used to live at the other place and I had some other cats that were outdoor cats that came around, I've seen this exact thing before, where they get this big, huge swollen place on the side of their neck. Usually it will just go away on its own, but he's had it for a couple of days and it doesn't seem to be going down. I think that he's either gotten stung by a scorpion or a bee sting or something like that, but I've had other cats that had this exact same thing, and he's eating and he's playing and he's doing everything normally, so it doesn't seem to be bothering me. He's over there chowing down right now. So he doesn't seem to be bothered by it, but I think it needs to be drained. I don't mean to get gross, but I think that's what it is, because when I had another cat that I took in, that's what they did. They just, drained it, and he was fine. There was no, it wasn't any big deal. But, being that he goes, he's mostly an outdoor cat, I'm sure he probably does go after anything that moves, and if he saw a scorpion or something like that, he maybe went for it, and it maybe got him and caused this swelling on him and stuff, because I've like looked at it and checked it and stuff, but I couldn't really see where it might have happened, but I couldn't with the other cats that happened to either. So, and I've seen it, I think like 3 times altogether, with a couple of different cats that I had over there, and now with him. But yeah, he's acting completely normal and does not, seem to have any issues. It's just big, and it's like his, it just don't look right. And obviously, it might be a little uncomfortable, even though he seems to be fine. But so I think I'm going to have to take him up to the vet in the morning and see if they can drain it, and hopefully just get rid of it. You want to come here, Lightning? You want me to show him what you look like? Come here. Well, come here. Oh, I know. You're not real big on, whoa. Hang on, I'm here, y'all. He plops down. I go to pick him up and he plops down. Okay, here he is. I don't know if you can see it. See this right here? It's all swollen out. You're all right, though. Yeah. Ah, you're fat. You eat way too much, kind of like me. I admit it. I do. I lately, especially, you know, with the cake and all, I've been chowing down on that. But, you know, I'm eating my little chicken soup and everything, so that's at least a little healthier than just the cake. But yeah, he comes in here and he'll eat, and then he'll walk away like he wants to go back outside, but then I'll say, "You want to go outside?" And he'll walk back over there and eat some more, and, you know, he'll just keep doing that, and he comes in and out all day long eating. So, but he's just sitting here in my lap right now. He's a pretty chill cat. But he's the one I have to keep an eye on, because if I don't, he'll be spraying on stuff. So it's like I cannot look away for very long at all if I don't want to have to deal with that. But he's a pretty good kid. And he'll when I take him to the vet, I put him in his little carrier and I strap him in the back basket of my bicycle, and I take him to the vet. I've done it many times. That's the same thing I did when he had the eye removed and got neutered and everything. Same thing. Put him in the bike basket, took him to the vet, and then went back and got him in the bike basket, you know, just, you know, so it works. I mean, it's a little scary, you know, I'm a little nervous about it, but same time, he's in a carrier and I strap it down with, you know, bungee cords to make sure it's secure in there and everything. So I was making sure that I was actually still recording and not just running my mouth for no purpose here. But yeah, that's the thing about, you know, when you got outdoor cats, you never know what they're going to encounter out there. And you know, I do worry about him at times because, I mean, obviously, you know, there's a lot of dangers outside, but he's just, you know, that's where he likes to be most of his time is outdoors. And, you know, when I came along, that's the life he was used to, and he didn't really seem to want to change that after he had that surgery and everything, you know, because I tried so hard. I thought maybe he would love being inside, thinking, wow, this is really, you know, I got the good life in here, but it didn't take him long before he was just ready to get back out there again. So he's still just sitting here in my lap. My other two cats don't do that. It's like they like to be, you know, petted and stuff like that, but they're not real big on being held. So it's really nice in a way that, you know, he actually seems to like to be held, because I like that. I like that he's kind of a lap kitty at times. You gonna lay down all the way? You just gonna sit there? He's purring really loud. I doubt you can hear it though, because the microphone on this tablet I don't think is that great. But anyway, but yeah. So tomorrow, I really hope that you guys can make it. I don't know. I mean, you know, a lot of people may be going back to work or something, and maybe not able to make the stream. But since it's going to be my first time, I might spend half the time trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing, trying to just figure it all out. I don't know. I'm hoping it'll be pretty easy. You know, I hope once you just go live, you're just live, and that'll be it, and not a big deal. It's probably the way it is, but oh, baby. Boy, this is a really big place on his dang neck. That's got to be a little uncomfortable. But he didn't act like it bothers him at all. I can touch it and rub on it and everything. He didn't act like he cares, so must not be too bad. Do you want to be on camera? Or would you rather not? He's like, I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. Whatever. Oh, man. But yeah, other than that, let's see, what did I do today? I did a lot of dishes. I cut up the rest of my cake because there was not quite half the cake left. So I cut it in slices and went ahead and put slices in my little to-go containers that I had bought to take some to the other people I talked about in my last video. I think it was my last video, one of them. And so I thought that way I can get that big cake container out of the refrigerator because I didn't have any room for anything. And I thought, oh great, now I've got all this soup that I need to put in there, but there's nowhere to put it because that refrigerator is not very big. So there's not a lot of space. I mean, I've got basically one shelf to sit things on. And then there's like a little tiny shelf at the top that has like a lid that you can open up. And you can only put little tiny things in that little top area. But the rest of it, it's just one shelf to sit stuff on. And so, yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, there's like there's no room for anything in there. So I had to just, take that out, cut up those pieces, and then I put them in those little containers and then stacked them up on the side. And that freed up some space so that I could put my little soup containers in there. So I did do that. I did get dishes done. I didn't do a whole lot as far as going out on errands. I just went and got my stuff to make the soup, and that was it. Came back home and made it. And I used to have a slow cooker that I would make that kind of soup in. But I don't have that anymore. So I just put it in a pot on the stove, and it didn't take long. I mean, it's actually a lot quicker if you don't do it through the slow cooker. I think it took like a half an hour or something altogether for it to, cook down to where, the carrots mainly. The carrots are the ones that always take the longest, but I didn't cut them real thick. So it really didn't take that long, and it turned out really good. So I was happy with it. And at least now I've got some that I can put in the freezer, and then, if there's a rainy, yucky day or something where I'm stuck here at home and don't want to go out and don't really have much to eat in the house, I can pull that out and use it. Sorry, I think his cat hair is getting up in my nose, making my nose itch because I'm petting him, and the fan is right here, so that fan's blowing his cat hairs all up in my face. But he's so sweet. He's just sitting here. He may get down in a second. He's kind of eyeing that food dish again. Lord lightning. When I first came here, he was this skinny little thing. Looked like he never ate. I felt so sorry for him. And I didn't even know if he was going to live because I thought, this poor little cat. He was real skinny and just kind of pathetic. And then that eye, because when I first saw him, I was like, oh my God. It looked like somebody had just like gouged his eye out or something, because he had this big hole in there, which I think it's the other eye. It was the right eye. He had like this hole, and you could see that there was still eyeball in it. And I don't mean to get gross, but I mean, it was just opening right there. And I was like, what in the world happened to this cat? But I think I know what happened to him. It's not like this anymore because luckily the landlady, she went around and she took all of it off. But all around our fence out here used to be broken bottles that were placed in the top of the fence to go all around to deter, I guess, anybody from trying to climb over the fence and get in your yard. And it was like that in Bangkok, too. It must be a Thailand thing. I've never seen it before I moved to Thailand. But a lot of places were like that. If you saw a fence, at the tops, there would be all these broken bottles that were sticking up, And they were actually, put into the top of these fences, like cemented down in there. And I think that's what it's for, is, to keep people out. And I think that's what happened. I think because he used to jump up on the fence all the time. I used to watch him. He'd jump up on that fence and then go over it and go over in the yard next door and stuff like that. And I think at some point he jumped up on that fence and poked his eye out on one of those broken bottles sticking up. I really think that's what happened to him. And nobody was caring for him, So I was just like, nah. That's just not going to work. So eventually, a friend of mine, she helped me to raise some money to get this eye removed and all that kind of stuff. And that's how I was able to do it, because it was, a little expensive for Thailand. Now in America, it would have cost a whole lot more money than it ended up costing to get it done here. But I was just thankful that I was able to do it. And I mean, I had to take him, on the bike. I took him to the vet, not the one that's close up here, but one that's a little further up. It's not that far, but sorry, Slim's out there barking, and I hear some other dog barking. Any minute now, we'll probably hear that puppy out there making racket. Anyway, I was able to take him up to that vet and drop him off, and the vet that was actually doing the eye removal is in another town. But this vet here locally is connected with that vet, and so they're like run kind of by the same people. And so they were able to transport him to the vet out of town that did the eye removal surgery. And I had them keep him there for, I think, 5 days. Keep him there to watch over him and stuff, because I've never experienced anything like that. I've never had an animal that had to have an eye removed before. And I was really paranoid that I wasn't going to be able to care for him properly. But once I got him back, I still had to watch him like a hawk, and I had purchased this tent thing, this pet tent that he could stay in, because I needed to keep him away from the other cats and all of that stuff. But we got through it, but it was very difficult. It was a difficult thing to go through, to say the very least. And I was so stressed out. Oh my gosh, I was really, really stressed out, because I was worried about him, and I couldn't sleep. I could barely eat. I mean, I was just like freaking out, because, I mean, it's like, even though he wasn't technically my cat at that point, I still cared about the little guy, and I was like, just, so worried about him. But luckily he got through it all right, and was eventually able to, get back to normal living again. So anyway, well, I guess Slim's going to keep barking, and I've already been rambling for a while. But I just wanted to come on and let you know about my chicken soup, and to tell you about this live stream thing, so that hopefully check tomorrow, because I'm going to, once I know for sure that I can do the live stream, I think it's tomorrow afternoon, I should know for sure. I'm going to try to schedule it, and so that you'll get a notification for it, and I'll post it on my community page as well. So I hope to see some of you there. Even if just one person shows up, I'll be happy, because I'll be happy that I have somebody to talk to and interact with. So whoever's able to come, I look forward to seeing you, and I will talk to you again later. Bye.